Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead. So this is going to be from the 22nd to the 29th. If you want to book in your 2025, it's available on the website. There's coaching for those who are already ready for 2025, face-to-face, love reads, career reads, all that jazz. We're going to keep it like just short and sweet. We're not going to do a big deep pep talk. We'll see what comes out, but I feel like it is Christmas season, and I feel like you should enjoy Christmas season before you put your foot on the gas for 2025. And that is a big message for yous that take this week, take this holiday. I've been saying this to a lot of people, which is this might be your last Christmas. It might be your family's last Christmas. I'm not trying to be morbid, but like try to put things into perspective, which is we tend to always be hitting goals. We tend to always be running through the time. Try to just enjoy this week. Eat the cake, drink the drink, go see people who matter to you, be merry, be joyful, and then you can start getting back into, game on 2025. I feel like that's the message for Geminis. Like if you can, using this week to, some of you are going to be working. Some of you are in a good headspace when it comes to money. You're putting your head down. You're really working on money. You're building a business or something like this. Because I feel like some Geminis just want change. Like you're just done. It's like I can't live this way anymore. Like, and it is like this matrix is getting worse and worse and worse. Like it really is. What you're having to tolerate, right, is getting worse and worse. So what I'm getting with some of you is you are putting the work into a new path, okay? Because you're just tired. You don't want to go to this shithole job. You don't want to be in this shithole environment. You're sick of these people. So you've got your head down and you're working on some kind of business or you're working on some kind of new opportunities. Some of you are not interested in being merry and enjoying the Christmas season. You're interested in, I've got work to do. I want 2025 to be different. And your head is down and you're ready. Okay. Now, again, this will be for the single Geminis, the Geminis without family, Geminis in that headspace. Of course, there will be some Geminis who are just enjoying the time. This is the seventh house. This is feeling good. Everyone's feeling homely. Wheel of Fortune is all about Jupiter. It's all about just good energy. Really enjoying being with certain family. Really enjoying your home comforts and having time off work. Okay, so all the years are in a different boat. Some of years it's about finding time to enjoy the holiday season, but you might have not been given the best hours in work. But I do get for some Geminis, like you just don't. You cannot tolerate your reality for much longer. You're sitting there, you're looking at your life, you're looking at what you've given to people, you're watching everyone else spending money, being happy, and you're sitting there going, wait there, I've worked way harder than you. I've gave way more than you. I'm a way better person than you. So I'm not sure where the equations are being worked out, but what the fuck is this? Like, and it's not about hating on other people, it's just the facts. You're watching people with a quarter of your talent milking the fucking cow. It's just insane. You're watching whores who basically only want men for what they can give them, and you're a woman of a pure heart, and it's like, what? Right? So yeah, I feel like some Geminis, there's no point getting bitter, just get better. And that's what you're doing here. Instead of getting bitter, you're like, okay, right, no one's coming to save me. It's on me to change the game. It's on me to get rid of the leeches out of my life. It's on me to change the game, okay, to reach a new timeline. And that's going to come from deep work, self-work, money, all of those things. So some of you have got a fucking axe to grind. Like, some of you are like, and listen, you're not asked about who says you're good enough or who do you think you are. It's like, listen, don't tell me what I've done. Don't tell me who I am. Don't tell me my value. Okay? I feel like some of you have ended up in this timeline because you've listened too much to the Matrix and you've listened too much to dickheads, and it's like, no thank you. Okay? I think Gemini, some of you have got like a real powerful energy this week. This is you hiding from the world as well. So this is you who are alone. So this is for Gemini women who are single. This is for Gemini women who are just kind of, you just want to be on your own. You're just sick of people. You're sick of them. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell. So not in it even, but just like people are a lot to deal with, and I feel like some of you just want to be on your own until you find people you can just be at peace with, and it isn't so hard, right? The Fool. Okay, so the other side of the coin is some of you, I'm going to be honest, Gemini, you need to look at where you're being a fool. The fool is a person who keeps repeating patterns, right? It's a person who keeps investing in the same type of people. It's a person who keeps doing the same thing and getting the same outcome. There is a truth to that. The definition of an insanity is doing the same thing and getting the same rewards. So 2025 is only going to be different if you start looking deep within you and saying, this might be a me problem. Like, maybe my life is here because I give too much and I get the bare minimum. Maybe my life is here because I'm dealing with jokers and clowns. Maybe I'm acting like a fool. Maybe people think I'm a fool. And I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, I wouldn't. Okay? No fake shit. Give people the benefit of the doubt, but when the doubt is over, let them see who you are. See, a lot of people, they need people, right? We don't. They need each other. We don't. Okay? So I think it's about keeping it real. Okay? And if you can't be real with people, stay away from them. Okay? The moon. So this is what I'm getting with Geminis, especially the ones who've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, moon. You're proper tuned in. Like, you can just see right through people, right? So the moon is all about being, like, super tuned in. But a message I'm getting for you this week is, like, something has definitely got to change. Some of you are really emotional. That's what the moon can be, especially the divine feminine, the Gemini. So you're really emotional because it's like, this is not fair. I'm a woman of love. I'm a woman of value. I've broke my back for people. Like, this is not fair. Like, why am I here and they're there? And it's not because you're judging yourself off other people, but you're kind of going, when am I going to get mine? I mean, I've gave way more than these people and they've got theirs. It's not about hating on other people. It's just, it's the natural order of things that when you get to a certain age and you've broke your back and then you're sitting there at Christmas maybe alone or you're penniless or whatever you're in, it's like, what? Okay? But you've got to understand that, you know what they say, the road is easy when you're snaking. And that's most people, you know, they're using people, they're exploiting people, they don't give a fuck how they win. It's hard to really win on merit. If you're not using people, if you're not keeping people around for a rainy day, it's hard to win. If you're not playing this Matrix game, it's hard to fucking win because people are about this game, right? So some of you need to not be so hard on yourself, but I do think it's reality check time. So this could be a week where with the fool, it's like, no, where do I keep repeating patterns? Where do people think I'm a fucking fool? And show them they made a mistake. Okay? So this is also not faking your feelings. You're not a performer. You're not a circus clown. Okay? So when people ask you how you are, tell them. Okay? Don't sit out there trying to pretend. You know, don't go round dripping dark energy, but like, just be you. Be true to yourself this week, right? Don't be trying to make everyone happy through fake feelings and fake this, right? Just be you. I do think this week, though, some of you need to just be on your own. But some of you, this is the problem, you're really lonely. But you need to look at your choices in love. This is for the Gemini woman. It's like, maybe you're alone again for Christmas and you're watching people with the families, you're watching people with the children, all of this. And I think, and you're really triggered by that. And I think it's because you really want love, you really want to find your person, but it's the same type of dickhead, it's the same type of circus clown, it's the same type of man who doesn't commit. So there's work that needs to be done on you. Okay? So a pattern has to change, an old self must die. Some of years it really is about you going to beggars, you going to people who they're never going to put you on, they're never going to help you. It's all about what they can get. Some of years you're in a zero-sum game where it's like they leech off you until you're dry, but invest nothing back into you. So, look, you've got to look at your personal situation and say, okay, maybe I'm happy emotionally, maybe it's finances she's talking about, and I'm going to build me a business. You know, I'm going to put my fucking head down and I'm going to do it because I want to take a new path. I want to have rewards. I want to have a bank balance that shows the level that I'm at. Okay, I don't want to be sitting there fucking dirt poor, eating hand to mouth week by week because it's exhausting, always being stressed over money. Some years it's about your emotions are coming up, and I think that's the message. The moon is all about the unconscious mind, but it's about a lot coming up this week. But you shouldn't repress it. Feel your feelings, like whatever is coming up, let it come up, right? Because it's a signal of where you're unhappy, of where you feel ripped off. So maybe you feel angry, maybe you feel emotional. Let it come up, because by letting it come up, it's like, okay, this is what needs to change. When there's certain people in your life who you feel like they take the piss, it's like, okay, that's what needs to go. So feel your feelings, be careful, because remember it is Christmas season, and be real with people. Don't fake it, but try not to go into places and drip, real negative energy, because Geminis can do that. I do think it's a week of self-care. I think it's a week of, if you're not feeling your best self, maybe retreat, stay to yourself. But this is going to be a deeply, deeply profound week for a lot of Geminis, because, mate, some people think you are a fucking dickhead. They really think you are a fucking dickhead. And we talked about this, which is, I'm telling you, that is the button you do not want to press. Okay? So, Geminis can be nasty, and I feel like Geminis are at a point where it's like, no, enough, man. Okay, so pay attention to what's coming up within you this week with the moon. Stay tuned in as well, and I would also say know what to stay away from. Okay, if you're on your own for the Christmas, well, you can either brood or you can make it the best Christmas. You can enjoy your favourite food, you can take yourself out to dinner, you can just enjoy yourself, right? And I do think another message is you're looking at a lot of people, but is what you're looking at real? That's what you've got to keep in mind. So you've seen everyone yeah, but is it real? Because it's easy to have a relationship. You can have a relationship tomorrow, right? It's easy to have money if you're stepping all over people and exploiting people, right? But having a true, real love, having money where you know that no one else is suffering and that you really ain't fair and square, that shit's hard. So some of you should be proud of yourself, right? But I do think this week is going to be profound, or it could be. I feel like there's going to be deep anger for some of yours, deep emotions for some of yours, and this is good. Because and I know I feel the same. I'm just like, what the fuck? But don't get angry at the Matrix, don't get angry at the NPCs. They like that it's feed. They love it. They're like, oh, look at her mouthing off again, look at her angry. Don't bother. Stop talking. Okay? Don't, when people are like, oh, hi, how are you? And then you tell them how you are and they're like checking out, don't answer. They don't care. Okay? This is something that I always pay attention to. I'm like, why bother asking to begin with if you really don't care? If you're going to ask how somebody is, then at least listen to what they're saying when they answer. It's all fake script, social shit, right? And I feel like Geminis this week just don't want to play. Okay? Great. Fucking great. Just dandy. Okay, but some of you, I also think that your energy is quite, emotional. The unconscious mind is bringing up a lot, and it's almost like you've got these unconscious reactions, and it's like, whoa. So I do think you need to remember that this is just a period of time. This is not your life, it's not your destiny, it's not going to be forever, it's just a period of time. For some of you, it's just a hard cycle of being alone. Some of you, it's a hard cycle of drudgery. It's some karma, it's some hard time, but it's going to end. But I do think you need to also take the bull by the horns and say, it's going to end because I'm going to make it end. These people have exposed themselves, these people have revealed themselves. I don't want to live like this, I don't want to be in this fucking job. And so that's where you've got power. To listen to your triggers, to listen to your emotions. If you feel deeply lonely, well, that's a signal that you're done being alone and that you have got to put investment and you've got to put energy into finding your person, to being your best version, so your person comes into alignment with you, right? If you're sick and tired of being dirt shit poor, crumbs, begging the fucking, poor for money, then you've got to do something different. That's what I'm getting for Geminis. I do think Geminis with the Fool, this is a person who just keeps either winging it, they're not doing the deeper work within themselves, they have these patterns that they repeat, same job, same people, same romantic partners, it's the same type of pattern. And so that's what this is about. So you've got the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is someone who's triggered and reactive. And I think that this week it's a week to not be reactive. And if you go into friends or family, or you go into certain places, they're saying, be careful if you know that there's people there who are going to trigger you. It might be better to stay home. Okay? I also get that that's what this Matrix is trying to do. That's what it is. I mean, I just want you to go out if you're in a city and look at what they've got us in. You are literally living in a box, in a cube, right? And these boxes are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. we're hyperstimulated, we're exhausted because there's just trigger here, trigger here, trigger here. We're not designed for this. Our body's not designed for this. Our mind's not designed for this. They're raping you, your time, your energy, your soul, your spirit, your money. So you're just out here basically paying for your own misery and your own enslavement, and you're supposed to smile along while you do it. Well, no. You know, you're supposed to sit with fake ass people who you know you can't trust and play the game. Fuck you. Suck my dick. No. Okay? No. Okay? So, but Gemini, you're going to have to, like, less attitude, less mouth. Stop talking to the same people they know. These cunts around you who are doing things to piss you, they know what they're doing. Okay? Stop negotiating. Okay? So the other side of the coin is, I do think if Geminis put their energy in the right direction and they start saying, okay, because what you can do is you can kind of see the game that's being played against a lot of people. The Matrix is being played against billions of people, right? And so you can either keep playing this game, right, to survive and breathe, or you can say, no, there's another way. Okay? There's always another way. And I dictate who the fuck I have around me, who the fuck I date, my everything, where I live, the money I make, my value. You've got basic cunts out here trying to tell you your value. And I do think it's because you've got unconscious stuff, you've got insecurity, all of this. So this week, I think there's things coming up, and it does feel a bit like punishment. It's like, I don't want to deal with this right now, I've got too much going on, but let it come up. See what you're being reactive to, see what you're emotional about, see where you feel lonely, be honest with yourself. Okay? Because by being honest with yourself, it's like, okay, right, this is the thing that I need to change, you know? And I think I'm going to say that a lot of Geminis, they just want a completely different life. Like, you're just sitting here like, no, I don't belong around these people. I don't belong in this place. I don't want to do this job anymore. I fucking hate you. I don't care if you're mother, father, whatever. I can't stand you. Like, if you were a random person in the street, I wouldn't fuck with you. And that's what I would say for some years before the end of the year. I tried not to go deep, but it never happens with Gemini, so listen, let's just go with it. So I remember when there were certain people in my life, and I used to feel bad because I was like, but it's family, or it's... And this woman said, if your family were people in the street, would you fuck with them? And I was like, boom. I was like, that's powerful. And I was like, honestly, if I'm honest, no. Okay, so some of you, I'm not saying you should go around and go on, this is what you've got to be careful of. So some of you are in a mood, right? This week you're feeling a certain kind of way, and you have to be careful because it can be long-standing damaging. Okay, you got to watch what you say this week. You've got to watch how you treat people because, you know, like I said, we can have those weeks where our dark side is coming online and we're feeling a certain kind of way, and we can really hurt people, and that might not be an intention. Okay, so some of you this week, like, feel what you feel, but also know when to turn it in and be careful, okay? Because also remember that everybody else is stuck in this and that everybody else has got their shit and you're not the only one. Try to be objective, right? But also don't allow other people to dismiss your feelings and what you feel, right? You know, it's like, oh, listen to me. But then the minute you've got something to say, they check out, okay? So I feel like this week it's like know when to be quiet, know when to retreat, know what to stay away from, certain family, certain whatever, but it's going to be a deeply profound week. Because I think some Geminis are waking up, and it is hard to change. It is hard to be like, this is also my fault. Like, I make these choices, I choose these people, I'm choosing this job, I'm letting these clients take the piss or whatever it may be. It's difficult to like look and go, actually, it's not that they're treating me like a fool, it's that I'm playing the fool. So people are just acting accordingly, right? But I'm saying those Geminis who are willing to not be projecting outwards, because the Knight of Swords is someone who's attacking people or verbally aggressive or projecting outwards. For the Geminis who do the work and they take accountability, then a lot of your problems will fall away because you'll stop fighting the what's not even worth the fight. People know exactly what they're doing. And you know this. And it's also you know where you are cutting yourself short, you know where you're not giving yourself your value, you know where you are, doing the same thing on repeat, you know where you're not leveling up in your life, where you're not showing up in your life, right? You know this, right? So what they're saying to you is take accountability. But I also think for Geminis, like, it's time to change. Like, it's time to get people out of your life, because I think you've got a lot of matrix people around you, and these people do not care about you. They don't respect you. They don't invest in you. They don't care about you. And I think you would be better with a small few people, or even no one, than be around these kind of people. We can't do the fake shit, Gemini. These cunts can. We can't. Not the real Gemini. Okay? We don't need your money. We don't need you to put us on. We don't need your friendship. Not for sale. We don't need it. Don't like us, don't care. You know, we're very strong people, right? We're funny, we're good people, you know, but I think what you should do, and that's what I've been doing lately, give people the benefit of the doubt, but the minute you see who they are, goodbye. You know, I feel like it's a week to observe and to observe what's going on within you, and I think it's a week to see where, to just kind of be, by stepping back and like watching people and observing people and seeing how people are treating you and not being reactive, you'll see if those people respect you, you'll see if those people love you, you know, maybe it's, say for example, people not reaching out to you, right? People will expose themselves, and I think what you need to do is, instead of getting mad about everything, and I think some of you are just there as well, like, you're just done with this fucking system, you're done with these zero-sum games, you're done with these fuckboys, you're done with this way of life, excuse me, you're just done. It's like, I don't care what work it takes, I'm going to do it, because the alternative is this. Like, the alternative is this. So some of you, for example, you're alone this Christmas, and it's to do with a past ex. So some of you is like, you've retreated, you've recoiled because you got really hurt by someone. Some of you are holding on to someone, and you're going to have to let this person go. You're going to have to release this person so you can actually get to the person you're meant to be with. Some Geminis are their own worst enemy, and you're creating your own misery. So your choices, the places you're going to, what you're investing in, how you're allowing people to treat you, allowing people to have access to you when they provide absolutely no value. Okay, so I do think these things need to be looked at this week, okay? It's going to be, like I said, a very interesting week. So for the Gemini man, be wary of a fire sign woman. For the Gemini woman as well, this is some disgruntled, jealous, nasty bitch. But again, I just, listen, don't know you, don't owe you. This is basically you staying connected to you, focused on you, staying focused, not entertaining this person. For the Gemini man, I think it's time to get rid of this fire sign out of your life. For those cross-watching for a Gemini, stalking a Gemini, like, they don't give a fuck about you. They're not jealous by you, they're not threatened by you, they just think you're a joke. So this is someone around you who basically, this person doesn't like you, they might be trying to cause you problems, it could be a sister, it could be someone online, it could be, you know, Geminis are just like, pass the salt. So the Magician is all about this week, like, you doing the work. Okay? And not responding. You know, some years it could be people who are calling you up to go out or whatever, and I feel like this is you not responding. For the Gemini man, I think focus on you, focus on better. Get this woman out of your life. She's probably bored, she might need money. Okay? So she's only fucking with you for what she can get, or because she's got no one else who'll put her up, or whatever it may be. I think the good stuff for this week is it is going to be an intense week, and I do think that a lot is going to come up within you. And some of you are there, like, you're doing the work, like the Magician is, you're connected to your heart, you're doing things you love, you're disciplining yourself. Even though it's Christmas, you're having some good time with the family, but you're also really putting your head down and thinking about 2025 and what you want to achieve. So some of you are already there. And the Knight of Swords is, actually, this is you to the Magician. So this is you saying, I gotta get me right before I can be in a relationship. Like, these clients aren't taking the piss, I'm allowing this. I gotta get organised, I gotta start setting me value, I've gotta start doing the work. So this is you against you. You've already, you're starting to realise that as much as the Matrix is a problem, as much as certain people are a problem, a lot of it is you. Your reactions to things, your investments in certain people, your unwillingness to change, your unwillingness to get certain people out of your life. So it really is for you an accountability. Like some of you are really taking accountability, and also you're focused on what you can control. Instead of sitting in the triggers, instead of basically going crazy over the same type of dickhead, you are finding ways to mitigate, work around, stay focused and work on yourself. It's awesome. What you used to give a lot of attention to and have bad reactions to, you just don't even care anymore. You know? And some of you, the other side of the coin is you knowing that even though you feel lonely this Christmas, it's like, I need to do the work on me. I'm not going to find anything good in this energy. I'm not going to find anything good in this current state of being. So some of you, you're doing the work on you, because you know that if you do the work on you, then you'll move into a higher timeline, and then you'll meet your higher version in your partner. You'll meet a better prospect in your job. In other words, you'll meet a much higher salary. So you're doing the work. Okay, but some of you that do get this, that there's people around you trying to send you the evil eye or trying to goad you, and I feel like the message is to just not entertain it, to know where to go this Christmas, to know what to stay away from, to not respond, to pick your battles. Remember we talked about this. Watch how what you're saying, watch how you're reacting. Okay, the good stuff this Christmas is let's take a look. So the good stuff, the Magician. So there's two decks here, and you've got the Magician and the Magician. You against you. I'm also getting that some of you, like I said, you've moved into this energy, and because you've moved into this energy, it's really difficult for the devil to manipulate you. So now you've got this King of Pentacles reversed. So I do think the devil's trying to goad you back in. He's trying to reel you back into maybe a past person or to certain reactions, and you're just staying focused. And because you're cutting the shit, because you're being real in yourself, you're meeting the same energy. That's the good stuff. Because you're doing the work, you're meeting people, and this is a match. Your perfect match. Okay? Even though there's options, even though the devil's going to try to play, you're just not interested. You can see the games that people are playing. You can see what they're trying to reel you into. What people are offering, you just don't want it anymore. You don't care. They're like, oh, we've got this party. It's like, we don't care. Oh, I'll put you on. Don't care. You know, you've got cheap dick trying to, don't care. It's boring. Like, that is the message for Geminis. You're just bored. People's conversations are boring. The way they act is boring. It's all boring. It's like, I'm good, you know. I'll just stay home. You know? So I feel like for a lot of Geminis, you could really make 2025 the fucking year. And again, it's not about other people. They're coming up reversed. You're not coming up reversed. They're coming up reversed, okay? You've got this King of Pentacles reversed, and you've got this Queen of Wands reversed. But you're in your power, and you're able to see the games that these people are playing. And you're just not playing. And I also feel like attracts like. So you are knowing that, wait there, I'm manifesting these types of pieces of shit in, I'm manifesting this job in, I'm manifesting this in. If I do the work and I'm in the right frequency and I'm leading from the heart, it's also people who are attacking you. The message in this is that as long as you're coming from the right place, as long as you're not goading people, you know, don't worry about other people and how they're acting, worry about you and how you're acting. Okay? And knowing that God's got you and that you're going to be perfectly fine. And if you do have to respond, you was acting right and they came to you. Okay? But I think Ten of Swords. So some of you are feeling deeply wounded at this time. You're feeling really defeated. You're not in the best mental space. But the message here is it's all leading somewhere. You can either lie down and be the victim and be destroyed by what's happened this year or the previous years, or you can say this is all leading somewhere. In time, all of these lessons and this harsh path is leading to blessings. And just knowing that mostly, truthfully, you're not losing anything. That most of what you're watching in people's lives is a show. It's not real. And I'm not saying everyone, there's some people who are winning, but it's because they did the work and, you know, they deserve to win. You should not wish people bad. But I'm saying a lot of the people who you're looking at, they might have relationships, they might have a job, they might have money. But if you ask them how they got the money, if you look deep into the relationship, you might have a different opinion. Okay? So what they're saying is there is some heavy stuff this week. Some of you are feeling in yourself the Ten of Swords, defeated, you're just feeling betrayed, you're feeling hurt. But if you can channel that anger, if you can channel that emotion into the Two of Wands, which is a new path, a new business, a new self, then good shit will come. Okay, we talked about the devil. So some of you is the devil, that there's a past person. So there's a friends with benefits, or there's a past person with the devil, the Ace of Cups. I feel like this is the devil trying to reel you into something, or reel you back into something that you know is not good for you. It could be a new person, but it's just going to be the same outcome. That's what Geminis need to understand. It's time to really do the work. It's time to say, this is not what I want. If you listen to your heart, if you really trusted yourself, if you really believed your own value, what would you invest in? And most of you will look at the people around you and say, well, not that. You'll look at the relationships and be like, not that. The job, not this. Okay, so some of you need to recreate yourself. You need to redefine yourself. You need to really level up within yourself. And if you do, 2025 will be awesome. But for those who keep defeating themselves, sabotaging themselves, doing the same patterns on repeat, acting the fool, playing the fool, being around fools, it's just going to be the same shit. So this week it's truly profound, because your feelings are valid, your emotions are valid. It's like, it's intense, but it's all for your benefit. Okay? Know what to stay away from. Be careful with your reactions. Try to stay calm. And I would say take baths, take walks, enjoy your favourite food. The magician with the magician is less is more. Get around quality people. Get around people you can truly be yourself with. Okay? It's going to be an interesting week for sure, but it's going to be intense. But I think for those people who don't repress and they express and they really listen to themselves, this is what you need. This week will change your life. Because you'll finally say, no, I'm fucking done with this. I'm done with you, I'm done with this. And some of you will look in the mirror and be like, I'm done with you. There's better for me. I know who I am, and I'm done with you. And you'll kill your old version, and you'll start building a new version, and it's going to be powerful. If you want to book your 2025, if you want to book a personal, it's all in the description box below, or the comment section. I'm not that well. But I just wanted to throw out a read for you. But take care of yourself, Gemini. You only need you, and the people who really allow you to be you. You don't need anybody else. Okay, fuck the fake ass shit, right? It's all pompous, it's all a parade. You only need you. And the people who really allow you to truly, truly be yourself. Okay? And you can make this Christmas beautiful. You don't need a partner, you don't need fake people. And this is what it's about. Okay? And some years it's about putting your head down, because God's got great rewards if you really, really start to do the work and you cut the shit. Because some of you are the problem. And you know it. Enjoy, and I'll speak to you soon.